So I developed a unit to basically kind of look at the history of what happened in Germany, so from about 1933 to 1945.
After being separated from my parents, my brother, who was 5 years older, was the first one to be taken away. I never saw my beloved brother again, nor did I ever see any members of my family.
To actually be able to see someone who they'd heard so much about the Holocaust and seen films, but to actually be able to see someone that was discussing it live and have an opportunity to ask a question, I think it really brought the experience and made it more real for at least some of them. We're going to be continuing our lesson on the Holocaust, and so today, you guys, what we're going to do is actually read through these two excerpts from Is It Humanly Possible?, which is a book written by Holocaust survivors.
I went with my grandmother and other aunt. We were walking together until we arrived at Panar. There were several open pits, and when we got there, they told us to undress. They were there with dogs standing at the pits with machine guns posted right at the edge of the pit, and everybody started screaming and running.
So as you're listening to the stories being read out loud, I want you guys to tell me who you think is writing this excerpt and what are they describing? What experiences are they going through? And then why did they call this book, based on the two excerpts we read, why have they called it Was It Humanly Possible?
We still believe they were only going to torture us. The walking was very hard and children suffered. Parents and mothers said farewell to their children.
So I find that the conversations I can have with students about the topic, and since they have some background knowledge, to then link that into U.S. history, where we can really take a deeper look at what was the U.S., what was our role in the Holocaust or lack thereof.
In my U.S. history class, we're studying more on America's look on the Holocaust, because in world history we covered the Holocaust in general, what Hitler did, what it was about. But in this class, we're studying the U.S.'s look on it, which, to my knowledge, was that we knew it was going on, but we didn't try to do anything.
So all the yellow cards represent pretty much everything up until the war begins in 1939. And from 1939 to 1941, we have the pink cards representing the Holocaust by gun. And then from so students were able to actually look at some specific events that happened, kind of the progression of, you know, how Hitler was able to basically convince a whole country that the Jews were the reason for all the problems. And then to take a look at that at the end, once we were done creating the timeline, and take a look at, you know, where was the United States on this timeline. And most of the students quickly observed that there didn't seem to be much of a role in terms of the United States in the Holocaust, which I also think can then link students to thinking about what current genocides or human rights violations are going on in the world, and where is our role in that today, and maybe what they can do to help with that.